Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hive. Be in the know, stories from Medina City Schools. I'm Amy Busby, Director of Community Relations from Medina City Schools, and your host for this episode. This podcast is a space where we'll dive into stories, successes, and challenges that make Medina City Schools a special place to learn and grow. We'll bring you new episodes about once a month, packed with updates, celebrations, and conversations that matter to our students, staff, and community. These episodes will live on our Medina City Schools YouTube channel and other outlets where you get your podcasts. As we dive into a new school year, this year's theme is the game of life. Every bee has a story. What's yours? In this episode, we will hear stories from veteran teachers, former alumni who are now new teachers, and students about their personal growth, hopes, dreams, and passions. As we begin another exciting school year in Medina City Schools, we're taking a moment to celebrate the staff members who have been part of our district family for many years. Their dedication, stories, and wisdom have shaped the experiences of countless students and colleagues. Today we'll hear their reflections, favorite memories, and advice for the future as we honor the lasting impact they've made in our schools and our community. So today I'm joined with Erin Flagels, who is at our high school, and maybe you can talk a little bit about what you teach.
Yeah, I teach social studies at the high school. So this year I'm teaching 2 sections of AP US History, 2 sections of AP Human Geography, and a section of Contemporary World Issues.
So you're busy.
Yes, I am.
Awesome. So we're just going to kind of take a little bit of a stroll through time, I guess, from a personal journey and kind of your beginnings as a teacher in the district. Mm-hmm. So just a quick question about what first brought you to Medina City Schools and what made you want to stay here?
Yeah, I graduated from Medina City Schools, so moved out here to Ohio when I was in 3rd grade and went to Heritage, and then I went to Root, and then graduated from the high school. So Medina was always kind of on my radar for getting a job after I graduated college. But unfortunately, I graduated right at the height of the recession. So it took me a few years to get a job after I graduated. But when the job became available in 2012, I sent my resume, cover letter in here, and was thankful to get an interview and get my foot in the door, and got those American history and world history classes my first year. But staying here, I really like the community of Medina. I know that a lot of people are like, I'm getting out of Medina when I graduate, but it kind of does draw you back in here. And it's a really nice community, nice school system. And I've been able to have a lot of experiences as a teacher here, piloting different programs or teaching AP classes, being the department chair. So I've been given a lot of opportunities that I've taken to help build me into a better teacher.
Right. And, you talk about people who are anxious to leave their hometowns. A lot of times you find that they come back, and there's this phrase called, there's no place like home. Mm-hmm. So I think that's very true. Thinking about your first day and maybe your first year in the school district, I guess what stands out most in your memory?
Thankfully, I didn't have to have the complete new person experience of getting lost in the halls or not knowing where anything is, because this building can be a little overwhelming. But I just remember how helpful all of my colleagues were in making me feel that I was part of a team and were willing just to help me, acclimate and get whatever I needed to be successful that first year, which can be hard sometimes.
A lot, yeah. I completely understand about getting around in this building. This is my 14th year in the school district, and I would actually like to watch some of the video of me wandering the halls trying to look for a room. So that's good stuff. Mm-hmm. Who are some of the people who influenced you early in your career?
Well, one of the teachers that I had here when I was in high school actually inspired me to be a teacher. So that, she loved her classes. She loved what she did. And I just loved being in her room every day because of the passion she had. And so that inspired me to become a teacher. And then it was a lot of the other women in my department when I first started here who were really influential too. They were very creative in what they did in their classrooms, and they also encouraged me to be creative in my own classroom and try new things. So that's why my second year here, I was able to pilot the PBL program with a couple of them and really jump into a lot of things that were uncomfortable to do because they're not easy, but they always had my back and were, inspirational, and we were able to inspire each other and bounce ideas off each other. And so I really appreciate those ladies in my department.
Yeah.
Those beginning years.
Yeah. And it's always, to work in a silo, it's not always the best plan. And
No.
certainly there's a lot of collaboration, I think, within our district.
For sure.
So kind of taking another look in a different direction, kind of reflecting about the district itself. So have you seen the district change since you started?
Well, I was hired during a period of time where we were having difficulties passing levies. We had gone through RIFs a couple years before I was hired, and a lot of programming had been cut. So there wasn't, unfortunately, a lot that was being offered for students in Medina when I first started here. But I've seen a big change in just our course offerings and our ability to give students an experience that is a little bit more well-rounded, something that they can explore some of their interests in. And so it's just really nice to see that there are a lot of these opportunities coming back for kids over these years.
Yeah, and certainly, our focus now is really on deeper learning and hands-on experiences and creating opportunities for students to be a part of the real world once they step out of our walls. So what is something that you think has stayed the same throughout all the years?
I think just how proud people are to say that they are part of the Medina City Schools community. I see students that are proud to be a B and staff members across the district who are, proud to say that they work in Medina.
Yeah.
So.
And talking about our students, have you seen students change over the years? What's the difference and what's kind of timeless about them?
I think that today students have so much more technology at their fingertips, even from when I first started, and it's something that sometimes people are afraid of how much they're exposed to and, are fearful of their use of technology sometimes. But I think it's something that can be embraced because it's not going away. So students are going to need to learn how to use tools like AI because it's going to be something that they're probably going to be working with in the future in their jobs. So it's, finding new and creative ways to reach the kids in what they have access to now. But I still, kids haven't changed in the curiosity that they have in class sometimes. So, I always find that they enjoy when we do hands-on stuff, when they can put away the technology sometimes and really immerse themselves. I mean, one thing I like doing in my class is getting them to play out a lot of historic moments. And so I dress up in costume. They think I'm really weird, but it gets them to feel okay, she's kind of weird, but this is kind of fun too. And decorate the classroom in a way to go along with the lesson. And those are the moments that I feel they really enjoy. And even things like I had a sticker chart for you wear your lanyard, you get a sticker. Every 10 stickers you get to pick from the treasure box. And that's something that they do in preschool and kindergarten, but they loved it and it motivates them. So going back to some of the traditional things sometimes is something that I find that kids still really like to do.
Yep. Kids are always going to be kids no matter what age
they are.
And even as adults, sometimes we're still kids at heart. So So what are some of the traditions you've loved to be a part of as a member of the Medina City Schools family?
I really like homecoming time. The parade especially is something that's really fun. Like, I liked going to the parade when I didn't have my own children, but it's even more fun now that I do have my own kids, and one of which has started school in Medina City Schools, and to see the fun that they have at things like that, taking them to a football game or whatever. It's just fun to be part of those types of, district traditions of pride in this school, and see my kids get excited about it too.
Yeah, and that just goes to show you, too, the longevity of some of the traditions and things that people are proud of.
For sure.
So let's talk about memorable moments. Is there a favorite memory or a funny story that still makes you smile today?
I debated what I was going to put here. There is one where I fell in front of my class, and that was... It was funny, but...
Funny, not funny.
Yeah. But there is one that's pretty memorable of... It was my first year teaching honors, and so one of the assignments that I threw out there that was like ongoing was that they could have an opportunity for bonus points if they went above and beyond the required assignments that they had to do. So like one of the options to go above and beyond was to write a rap about whatever we were learning about in history at the time, and then they could perform it in front of the class. So one of the girls asked me, it was either around homecoming or winter formal time or whatever. She asked if she could do a rap in front of the class, and in her rap about history, ask one of the kids in class to the dance. So I was like, well, that's a bold move. So sure, you can do that.
Yeah, that's pretty bold.
And so
she's brave.
I know. Something I wouldn't have done.
Nope.
But she did it, and she did a great rap, and in the end threw out there the invite to the dance, and he thankfully said yes, and the whole class cheered, and it was just fun. And that happened like 10 years ago, and I still remember it. So it was just a fun little moment.
Right.
In class, yeah.
Yeah, she's very brave.
That she is.
Not sure what would have happened if it would have gone the other way.
I know.
But
I know.
So what would you say is one of your proudest moments?
Probably when former students tell me how much they've enjoyed my class, or how much something that they've done in class, or something that a moment that we've had has been impactful to them in the future. It's always really nice to hear those things, because sometimes it could feel that, am I really getting through to these kids or not? And so to hear things like, your class was hard, but I was able to use this, and this in college, and I really appreciate the way that you did this. And it's just a nice thing to hear sometimes.
Right. Yeah. Yep. And, even if you think about yourself, think about all the teachers that you remember and why you remember them. Mm-hmm. So was there a student or a group of students who left a lasting impact on you? It's
probably my students who were my group of firsts. So my first year teaching group of kids, I remember them a lot. The first year I taught honors, or the first group that I taught AP, because I know, looking back, that those years were not good teaching. Just trying to figure it out. And they stuck with it and stuck with me, and we figured it out together. And so, those groups of kids always hold a little special place.
Yeah. You probably feel like they in their own way helped you
for sure
to acclimate
for sure
as well. So little advice or perspective as a long-term staff member here. What do you wish you could tell your first year self now that you've been here so long?
You do not need to plan an entire week's worth of stuff on Sunday, because you will you will spend a lot of time on Sunday staying up late, getting everything done. You could do a couple days at a time, and it'll be fine. But there was a lot of late nights that first year, a lot of taking stuff home, which is expected in your first years. But, try to settle down a little bit.
Right.
First year,
Little tricks of the trade.
Yeah.
And what advice would you give to a new staff member just starting their journey?
So I know that lesson planning and grading and stuff takes up a lot of time those first years because you are still trying to get that rhythm. But if you can try to get involved in, not an overwhelming amount where then you're burned out, but, get involved in one or two things and find your group of people. The group that I came in with, my little cohort of a few of us who were hired at the same time, we're all still very close, and on the days that we have PD or exams, eat lunch together since we don't get to do that often during the year. So it's really nice to just have that group of people that you can rely on each other and vent to and bounce ideas off of, even if you're not in the same department. And so, I look back on some of my first years and I cringe at how bad my lessons were, how poor my classroom management is. And that's going to happen.
Right.
But it comes with time that you will figure it out and things will get less stressful too. So
yeah.
Persevere.
Persevere, exactly. And it's like anything, you kind of sometimes you learn as you go.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. So what has helped you stay motivated and passionate throughout your career?
I just think that I can't see myself doing anything else, and this is something that I've wanted to do for a long time. I know history is not everybody's favorite subject, but I try to make it interesting, and I like trying to tell it as a story and throw little facts here and there. And it always winds up that that's what they remember for the exam,
right?
That they don't need to know. But I like to be able to try to get kids excited about something. And like I said, I like to do creative things in class, dress in costume, make them get involved in it. And even if they are embarrassed at first, I do see my kids opening up and becoming more comfortable in my class when they get in here. And it's just, seeing the kids get excited about something that I enjoy is something that makes it worth it.
Right. Yeah. So kind of looking ahead and, as you already talked about, there's from the time you've started until now, there's been a lot of change.
For sure.
A lot of it good, some of it not so good, but that always comes with the territory. But what excites you most about being where the district is headed? So, thinking about deeper learning and all the hands-on and preparing kids for college and career.
I am excited about the work that we're doing at the high school with Pathways and seeing where that ends up. I know that it won't be something that's easy to transition to, but I think that it will really help kids feel a purpose for going to school rather than I have to be here. I'm driving myself towards a goal that I have in the future, or I'm learning about new skills that are going to help me in my career after high school. And so I am excited to see where that's going to end up. And I like that we're trying to give kids a deeper experience in their classrooms and trying to move away from the traditional classroom of sitting and listening to a lecture and being able to be more hands-on.
Right.
And I think that's a really great opportunity for kids.
It is. And I think, things like that will really help kids be better discoverers of themselves. So it's very cool.
Yes.
So what hopes do you have for the next generation of educators and students?
I just hope that they recognize how many opportunities there are in Medina for staff and for students, and just how great Medina really is with those experiences. And I know part of the reason why we're going to Pathways is so kids can kind of say I have this opportunity here that I wouldn't have gotten if I went somewhere else. And I think that being able to see those unique opportunities that Medina offers is something that I really hope that people in the future get to experience as well.
Yeah. And then just to kind of sum up our conversation today, If you had to sum up your experience in one word, what would it be and why?
I would say unpredictable, just because I couldn't have guessed, where I'd be today and all the turns that it's taken, both good and maybe some that were harder to get through. But every experience that I've had has taught me something valuable that has shaped me into the educator that I am today. And so, I'm interested to see where it goes in the future, but who knows?
Right.
Who knows what I'll be teaching next year? And, but I'm just excited to see.
Yeah. If we had a crystal ball, it would be great, right?
I know.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you taking time to kind of talk about your time here at Medina City Schools and kind of share your insights, not only about your personal journey, but also providing some information and insights to those that are brand new to Medina City Schools.
Well, thank you for sitting with me.
Absolutely.
I enjoyed it.
It's a fun time.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we're going to continue our conversation with some of our veteran teachers. And today I have Julie Tubner, who is a staff member at Root Middle School. So I'm going to let her take a little bit of time to talk about herself.
Hi, yes, I'm Julie Tubner. I'm teaching currently 7th grade, a new subject area, Project Lead the Way Medical Detectives. Formerly, I did 2 years in language arts in 6th grade, and then I did 12 years of 5th grade and 2nd grade at Canavan, and then 12 years at Heritage, mostly 5th grade.
Yeah, so you've
been around a while.
Yeah, you've covered a lot of turf.
Yes.
Awesome. So we're just going to kind of take a walk back in time and talk about your personal journey and your beginnings with Medina City Schools. So what first brought you to Medina and what made you stay here?
Yeah, I mean, our community is something that people strive to have. So I grew up here in Medina. I've lived here my whole life. I call myself a townie. And I wanted to stay. My family's here. I did look at Houston and had interviewed at other places, but Tom McKenna counted out, and he called and said, Julie, maybe you should stay. I think we can find something for you. And so the rest is history.
The rest is history. And so when you think about your first day or even your first year here, what stands out most in your memory?
Oh, I remember always getting a lot of support from staff members. I always had that guidance and a mentor, just to walk me through all the challenging times and, kind of guide me with curriculum and anything I would need, really personal as well.
So you talk about people who were your mentors and influenced you. Can you maybe talk about some of those people and kind of how they've helped you start in your career?
Yes. One of my very first mentors was June Trenty. She is just a wealth of knowledge, and something I aspired to be with, being a lifelong learner and just having all these resources from outside of our district to bring it in. And so, she taught me about the NASA and all of community parks and things like that.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot to our community, and certainly having a mentor like June is
ideal.
And it's a kind of an honor.
Yeah.
So reflecting and kind of how you've grown over time, how have you seen the district change since you started?
Yeah, I mean, I noticed that the district really tries to be ahead of what other districts in our area are. We try to look out and just try to get kids, especially lately, more than just inside the textbook, but get beyond and be world thinkers. Mm-hmm. So that, I think, has changed compared to when we first started. It was just, the book and the curriculum, and now we're expanding.
Right. So not as much sit and get. It's students actually being engaged in their education.
Right. Instead of just delivering the information, having the kids explore it some more.
Right.
Find it for themselves.
Yeah, I always say if I was a student today, I would have been a much better student, for sure. So what's something that has stayed the same through all these years?
Kids are the same. I know sometimes they say, kids are the same. They are the same. I mean, they're still going to try and test the waters, and there's always going to be shenanigans.
Yes.
But that's kind of why I love what I do, because that is what I can, that's something that I always know is going to be predictable.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Every time they walk through the doors, you're pretty
Yes,
sure what's
yeah.
going to happen. So you talk about the students change over the years, and there's really not a whole lot of difference. But what do you think is timeless about them?
It's just always their personalities come through, and just the variety of personalities are timeless, just like everyone that we surround us. So they just, I don't know, kids are kids, and that's kind of what I say about that.
Yeah, and I think, if we think back to when we might have been in middle school and things that we thought and things that we did, I'm sure you don't see much of a change.
No.
So what are some of the traditions that you've loved being a part of?
Well, we can always say the homecoming. The parade, the community events, those are always my favorite. We have the candlelight walk, anything that we're all gathered together as a whole Medina community are my favorite traditions.
And that's a really great point, because our traditions are always part of our school districts specifically. So
Right.
we are part of a larger community, and I think that's an important point to make. So let's talk about memorable moments for you.
Yeah.
Is there a favorite memory or a funny story that still makes you smile today?
I was thinking about this. I think one of my favorite memories, COVID was such a horrible time, and we were going back and forth with hybrid, and then we're in school, and I tried to keep my classroom as typical as I could, and I'm such an animal lover, so I invited a class pet in, and my class voted on it, and they got a hamster. And they all voted on the name, which is Professor DeCoco, and they still ask her about Professor, although since he has RIP, rest in peace, Professor. But yeah, I think that was just something united us and had a good memory about that year.
Right, yeah, that was actually probably soothing for them too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's one of your proudest moments as a teacher?
I think, I've been around a while and I can see my students succeed. Just ones, especially the ones that came in and didn't know our language. We've had students from Senegal, from Mexico. I had a student from Vietnam last year. And just to see them grow, they didn't know any English at all. And now the one from Senegal is going to college, very successful and working. And it's just so great to see that growth.
Right, and just kind of to see where they are today and know that you were a part of that.
Yeah.
Was there a student or maybe a group of students who left an impact on you?
There's so many. I think anytime, I've been fortunate enough to teach second grade, and then I can teach fifth grade, so I'd have a group twice. So those groups, I've done that a couple times, and I'm doing it actually this year. And it's just nice to know them and really build a rapport with them. Those are the ones that stand out, because I'll know them only, as a language arts teacher or a second grade teacher, but then also as their fifth grade teacher. And I was also their seventh grade teacher. So it's kind of nice to do that and work with the athletic department and see them outside the classroom too.
Right, and it builds relationships with them
That's
too.
what I love, yeah.
And today more than ever, I think that's more important. So, advice and perspective. What do you wish you could tell your first year self now that you've been here a number of years?
First of all, it goes so fast. Honestly, I can't believe this is starting year 27. I feel like I'm still energized most days.
Yeah.
And I still have that eagerness to learn. And so I would just tell myself, you're going to continue to learn. This will not get boring for you if you don't let it.
Right. That I think is the key, that you have to remind yourself that you too are a lifelong learner.
Yep.
And we are always constantly engrossed in all kinds of information, especially today with social media.
Yes.
All the other outlets that we have to gain information. So you're absolutely right. What advice would you give to a new staff member just starting their journey?
Get outside of your classroom. Sometimes new teachers have so many parameters, things that they have to do. different classes and requirements that they have to take, and that can bog you down. And it's good to get out of the classroom and see the kids in different areas where they're really enjoying what they're doing, because you just see the students in a different light. So sometimes just your day-to-day, if you're not going into the music or going into athletics or the arts, you don't get to see a full child.
Right.
And see the whole perspective of, all that you do at teaching.
Right. And even from their perspective, just to give yourself a break.
Exactly.
Give yourself some grace.
Exactly. You're not going to get it all right the first year.
You are not.
No.
And so what has helped you stay motivated and passionate?
I think just continuing wanting to learn.
Yeah.
I know that I have a choice. Some early off would say, oh gosh, you're going to be teaching 5th grade. The same material isn't that boring. And I know that I can change that if I want to. Yes, the curriculum is the curriculum, but if I want to do something else or bring something new, the district says, bring your ideas to us, and they're open-minded to try new methods. So that's what's kept me going. And that belief and trust that, I'll be heard.
Right. And I think, too, just being able to take those pathways as a teacher, I think is probably been helpful in keeping you motivated.
Yes.
For sure. So looking ahead, I know we talked about how things have changed through the course of the years with the school district, especially with curriculum and even the ways that we teach students. What excites you most about where the district is headed?
I love that we are just continuing to have our students, especially lately, just ask why and give teachers the freedom to assign passion projects to students. So, before it was, here's the textbook, you need to get through the textbook, where now we can say that this is our framework, but if you can then reach out and, find other resources or avenues or ways that students can present their learning, just having that freedom as an educator has been great.
Yeah. And what hopes do you have for the next generation of educators and students?
Well, hopefully we have more people in education. That would be great. But I think there is so much good in what we do, and our career is so wonderful. And I want it to be in a positive light. And, that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this, because I've had such a fulfilling career. It's been so wonderful for myself, my family. I've met so many wonderful people. I just hope that educators will blossom out instead of step back.
Right. Yeah. And I know that it is a challenge, and certainly hopefully people listening to this will just hear the passion and just realize that our students are our future. If you had to sum up your experience in one word, what would it be and why?
A gift. I mean, it really has been a gift. I've been able to have all of my children go through Medina City, and been able to build a career for my family and continue doing everything I've been passionate about. I mean, since I was a child, I played school. So this is something that I've just been meant to do, and it's just been a gift. Yeah.
Yep. So thank you.
My pleasure.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And certainly we appreciate everything that you do for our students each and every day. I know that their learning is probably one of the most important things that they can do in their life. So I appreciate your time.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. We're now continuing our journey, and today I am with a couple of students from Root Middle School, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Addie Resnick, and I'm an 8th grader here at Root Middle School.
Hi, I'm Emily Cassidy. I'm an 8th grader here at Root Middle School.
Well, welcome, and thank you for taking time to do this today. So just thinking about the start of the school year, how's it been going so far?
I mean, it's been going pretty good. I feel like I like all my teachers. My classes are pretty good. I mean, I have a group with my friends, and I feel like it's just been going pretty good.
Awesome.
I feel like this year it's been pretty good. A lot more homework than 7th grade.
Yeah.
And I like all my teachers. They're very nice. And I have a bunch of little friend groups I hang out with.
That's good. So friend diversity, that's always a fun thing.
Yeah.
So, what has been the best part about coming back to school? We've been back into school a little over a month, and you've kind of had time to acclimate and get into your classes and get into your routine. What's the best part about that?
I feel like for me, it's just like seeing my friends again, because I have some friends who like don't have phones, and I feel like I can't like always talk to them. So it's just nice seeing them and kind of getting back in a routine, because my family can get tiring sometimes.
Summer can get a little long, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And certainly you probably miss your friends too, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you don't see them for the entire summer.
Yeah, definitely. That's probably the hardest part of summer.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And what about you?
I really enjoy my ELA class because I love to read and write. And I also enjoy my 3D art class because I got to make a pot out of yarn, so that was fun.
A pot out of yarn. Tell me about that.
So what we did was, first we took a cord of white extension cord, sort of. Then we wrapped it into a spiral, and as you started spiraling it, you'd wrap yarn around it, then stitch it through the bottom layer that's underneath it, and then you would sort of like turn it out and in any way you wanted it. And then you can add a second cord on to make it bigger. And I am just about finished with my pot. My pot is sort of in circle. It looks sort of like a regular pot, except I have like a little triangle design on the top of mine.
Cool. I didn't know how they did that. I've seen those, but I had absolutely zero idea how that worked. So, moving into the 8th grade from 7th grade, I'm sure you've noticed some differences, and you just mentioned one, a little bit more homework, a little bit more stuff to do. Is there anything else that you could think of that is different from last year?
I do feel like a lot of the classes are just harder compared to 7th grade, but I feel like if I put my mind to it, I feel like I can do really good in all my classes, so I feel pretty good about it, though.
So do you feel like now that you're in 8th grade that you're starting to prepare and get ready to move to the high school?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And some of the goals, we all have goals, right? We all have things that we either want to improve on or start something new or just kind of engage in something that may or may not feel comfortable to you. So what are some of the goals that you've set for yourself?
Well, I want to continue being a straight A student. I've had straight A's for the past couple years. And I also kind of want to get the lead in drama club this year. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that's a great goal. That's a great goal, and certainly a sense of accomplishment. What about you?
For me, sometimes I feel like I struggle with balancing stuff, so I feel like that is probably my goal this year, just to balance everything and better time management. But yeah, like Addie, I've been a straight A student for a while, so my goal is just to keep that up too.
Yeah, yep. It's once you get that sense of accomplishment, it's just something that you want to continue to build on. So, talking about your goals, how do you plan to stay focused? What's the best way that you find that you can just kind of put your tunnel vision on and focus and maintain your straight A's?
Well, I like to sit on the carpet in my bedroom floor, and I just like to do my homework there because I shut my door and it's very quiet and peaceful. Because for me, when I do homework or other stuff I need to concentrate on, I prefer more of a quiet environment or light talking. I kind of like background conversations when I'm talking, so sometimes I'll listen to music when I'm doing my homework. Otherwise, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
I agree, because I feel like we kind of have similar families, and it can be chaotic or really calm. It just kind of depends on what day everyone's having. And for me, I feel like, going in my bedroom, it's like a relaxing place because I have blue everywhere, which is a calming color, and I have a fish tank. So if I need a break, I can go look at it, and it looks really nice.
Yeah. Is blue your favorite color?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about what makes you excited to come to school every day. And so thinking about your classes or the subjects, what class or subjects do you look forward to the most and why?
The class that I was just in, band, I look forward to that because it's kind of like a break in my day, midday. Because after lunch, everyone has more energy, and I feel like I can just blow into my instrument and play and just get a lot of that energy out, and it just kind of helps me to relax and set in for the rest of the day.
Addie, what about you?
Sorry. I really like my third period art class with my teacher, Mr. Ambergy, because we have a really tiny class. There's only like 7 or 8 of us.
Oh, wow.
And it's just me and 2 other 8th graders, and the rest of them are 7th graders. And I really like 7th graders because they're just so full of energy. And also, the 7th graders in my class are really chatty, so I get to hear all the 7th grade gossip. And I really enjoy just talking to them because they're really smart, though they're also really fun to talk to.
Yeah.
And I just love art in general. Also, Mr. Ambergy plays the radio.
Oh.
And I love listening to the radio.
There you go. There you go. So it's probably kind of nice, too, to be the 8th grade student in the room to kind of help mentor the 7th graders as well.
Yep.
Are there any clubs or sports or activities you guys are excited to join, or just keep doing it? I know both of you are involved in band. Are there other
Yeah.
things?
For me, I just feel like I have a lot of different things that I do because I feel like I'm very, like, I do a lot of the school stuff. Like, for me, I might do drama club this year. I'm in NJHS. I just got in Hope Squad. I do band. I do jazz band. And yeah, it's like about it. But if I see a new club and it's available, I ask my parents, and if they say yes, I'll usually join it.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot, but it's fun.
I see what you mean about balance, though.
Yeah.
It's, you want to be involved, and you certainly want to experience everything that you can while you're here in the middle
Yeah.
school. But sometimes it's really hard to keep that balance.
Because also I feel like since it's my last year, I feel like I should do, like, more. Like, oh, I always wanted to do this in 8th, or, like, just in general, like, in 6th or 7th. I feel like this is kind of the year to try stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And certainly, getting ready to move into the high school, that you guys are going to have a lot of opportunity once you get there.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Addie, what about you?
I have been involved in drama club since 6th grade, and I love being in that club. It is so much fun. And I also attend FCS every now and then, Fellowship of Christian Students. And like Emily, I'm in NJHS, and this year I want to run for NJHS president. And let's see what else. Oh, I also was on the basketball team last year, and I want to try out for that again because I really enjoy playing basketball.
Fun.
Also, it's so fun to ride the bus to the games. I just love doing that for some reason.
That's the best part. That's the best part. So, you guys are very familiar with your Portrait of a Bee and Deeper Learning. Can you talk to me maybe a little bit about what some of your favorite projects have been and what classes?
I feel like for me, we've done a lot of projects, like, for team time. This isn't really a specific class, but, like, we did a lot of projects, like, in the maker space for team time, for fun. And I remember in, like, social studies in 5th grade, we did a project where you had to, like, build a house, and then people would come and judge it. And, like, last year we did, like, a food truck, and you had to make, like, healthy food, and it was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, since the year's just started, there hasn't really been much. However, I did enjoy the Measurement Olympics in my Science Plus class. However, last year, what I really liked was in my ELA class with Mr. Fazio. At the end of the year, once we finished our book club books, we had to make a roller coaster based on that book. We had to put, like, certain parts. There were 3 parts. We had to put, like, ups and downs of the book. Then the beginning of the roller coaster was where you wrote a summary about the book. Then at the end was a theme. So it was very fun to, like, elaborate that. Also, I love hands-on work, so I really enjoyed that. Also, my group was amazing, so I really liked that.
Yeah, that helps when you have a whole group of people that have the same end game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So looking ahead, what is something fun or important that you're looking forward to this year? And I know as 8th graders, you guys are get to do your capstone. They call it capstones or cornerstones at 8th grade.
I don't know what that is.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
me neither. We haven't learned much about that
Not
yet.
much about that. Oh, never mind. But is there something else that you're, other opportunities in your classes that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I know, like, for me, we have DC, and then there's Cedar Point. I'm excited for DC because it's going to be, like, me, Addie, and then our other 2 close friends. And I'm so excited for that because my sister went, and she had a lot of fun, and my dad teaches at a school where he used to go, so they're telling me all about it, and it just gets me more and more excited.
Mm-hmm. It's a great trip. Mm-hmm. It's a great trip. Eddie, what about you?
Well, I'm really excited because I've heard from anonymous sources that we get to make ice cream this year in our Science Plus class. We get to make ice cream in a bag. So I'm
my
very
sister
excited
did
for that. And also, I enjoy announcements. I enjoy doing that. That's fun. I do it with Emily, and this year we're doing themed months, so each month has a different theme. This month is spirit and fun, so like today was Trivia Tuesday, and our trivia question was, what is the best-selling Broadway show ever? And the answer is Phantom of the Opera, which I get to announce at the end of the day. So I really enjoy that,
Oh, that's fun.
and I hope I get to continue doing that in high school,
Right.
hopefully. Cross
Yeah.
my fingers.
Yeah, they at the high school it's a production. If you've ever seen them, you can actually go on their high school's website and you can actually see them. They're on YouTube, so
Oh, that's cool.
that's pretty cool. So if you had to choose one word to describe what you want this school year to be like, what would it be? One word.
Like how it's been going or how I want it to go?
How you want it to be.
I feel like just kind of calm or mellow because I feel like 8th grade has been a little bit stressful with all the homework, and I want everything to just like mellow out and be kind of cool for the rest of the year. I think everyone is like kind of in the routines but also kind of not, so I feel like it can go either way, but that's just how I feel about it.
I feel like I'd either choose I want it to be exciting or I want it to be, I guess, empathetic. Because, like, for me, I'm the person that, like, if you're my bestie, I will run over to you screaming your name and jump on you and give you
I
a
can
hug.
verify that. You picked me up the other day.
Oh, yeah. I'm that person that, like, I will walk around and I'm able to pick you up and give you a hug. And I just really want the year to be sort of memorable. I want to be that friend that people can come to and I won't judge them. And I'll just be able to, like, help them with whatever they're going through.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and now more than ever, I think everybody needs a good friend here and there. Yeah. How do you hope to make this school year your best one yet? And I think maybe we kind of touched on that a little bit. But is there anything else you want to add? Being an 8th grader, like, are there things that you're looking forward to? Like,
Yeah. Like, I feel like just,
lasts? There might be a few lasts.
like for me, I feel like also just, this might sound kind of weird, but like being like the oldest in the school, almost not like the oldest, but like I feel like I've always looked up to 8th graders in the past, and I can't wait to be that kid that the younger kids look up to, and I think that's going to be really exciting because I know 8th graders, because we're older, we have a lot more like opportunities, and I feel like we're going to do really good on those.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about being mentors.
Yeah.
You know, certainly to the lower classmen here at the middle school. You are the top of the food chain, and people do look up to you, and you're their role model.
Similar to what Emily said, I sort of want to be like a mentor for the 7th and 6th graders because like I've done almost everything that they've done. So like if they needed someone to like, hey, I don't understand this, because like I have a kid I walk to my bus stop with. He's a 7th grader, and there are some things that sometimes he doesn't understand, and it just feels really good to be like able to say like, oh yeah, I did that last year. I love that. Here's how we do that. Or like, I think you'll really like this because I know his interest.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it'd be very fun to be like a mentor to the 7th and 6th graders.
Right. Help guide them along.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot for taking time to do this today. I hope you guys have a great 8th grade year, and I can't wait to see what you do in the future.
Thank you.
Had a chance to hear from some of our veteran teachers. Now we're shining a spotlight on some of our newest staff members who once walked these halls as students and have now returned to shape the next generation. It's a full circle moment that celebrates our district's strong sense of community and the lasting impact our schools have on the lives of our graduates. And joining us to talk about what it's like to come home to Medina City Schools, the memories that inspired their journey, and their hopes for their future as they begin their new chapter, I have with me today Grace Mocklick. She is in her first year and really starting to get her feet wet, right?
Yes, I'm just dived right in, and it's been a magical journey so far, but
Yeah.
it's been great.
Cool. So maybe talk a little bit about where you graduated college.
Yeah, I went to the University of Cincinnati, where I was there all 4 years and started as the education major, and they got us in right away. Freshman year, first semester, I started student teaching, and I knew right away beforehand, but that just really sealed the deal that this is what I really wanted to do, and just helped me then grow, and I got to experience a whole bunch of different grade levels. And the only grade level I didn't student teach was third grade, which is where I am now. So it's been kind of an adjustment, but I got to see all the other grade levels, so it was really great to use those stuff that I learned to then apply this to my first year now.
Yeah, so kind of the same principles, just different grade level.
Yeah, just tweaked a little bit.
Just tweaked a little bit. So, as an alumni of Medina City Schools, what inspired you to come back and join the district as a staff member?
So just growing up, I always felt that strong sense of community, and the teachers and the staff that I always had always helped me with academics, but then also helped me emotionally as well, where they were just such great mentors, and they were able to help me learn, grow, and they were someone I always wanted to be a teacher's assistant, so I always wanted to be near them and talk with them, and they just really helped me understand like both sides of the situation as well. But it was just really great. And then my mom is a teacher as well. She first started at Ella Canavan as well. So it was kind of something where I was always around teachers. On my street, I always grew up with neighbors as well that were teachers. And it was something I always just kept seeing. I would help them in the summer, setting up their rooms, and always just involved in a way. I actually, in middle school, helped Jess Daling, who's the art teacher at Canavan. I would come in and help her paint the walls that are painted now in Canavan.
Oh, yeah.
So I was always getting those little moments, and then finally it clicked where I was like, this is what I think I want to do. And just seeing all those different Medina City staff in the community, I was like, this is where I want to teach for the rest of my life. So it was always my goal. When I went to Cincinnati, I was like, I really, really want to come back and teach at Medina. And then I was thinking, just getting older in Cincinnati, I was like, I don't know if I'll end up making it in Medina first off, but it was always being my end goal. And then I finally got the call that they were offering me the job, and I was like, that is it. I want to come back.
Yeah, yep. And you never really know what's going to happen, and it'd be nice to have that crystal ball, but certainly having that goal and that mission to come back to your home school and really work with the next generation of students has to be really rewarding.
It does. And just seeing the experience, because I walked in the same steps as them as well, and they think it's really cool too. So it's just something really great to see.
Right, right. So what does it feel like now that you're walking down the halls as a staff member, knowing you once walked them as a student? How do you feel different?
It just feels surreal. Like, it just almost, sometimes I walk down the halls and I feel like I'm the student, and then I look around and I'm like, no, these are like my colleagues now and not someone that I've looked up to in the past. So it's kind of a strange feeling in the sense, but then it's just kind of happiness because I know everything that they're going through. So it's kind of fun to see it on the flip side. You're seeing like, oh, okay, I know what they're doing now. Like, it feels great.
Right, and just having all that background and experience that kind of led you to make the decision to be in education probably really helped you see that as well.
Yes, it was. It was a great leading point.
Yeah. So were there any teachers or staff from your school days who made a lasting impact on you or helped influence your career path?
Oh, there was a bunch. Like, I could name off thousands, but one of my main pointers was Mrs. Meach at Blake. She was phenomenal. She was someone who helped me I always wanted to do second or third, and she was someone who was just such a joy in the classroom. Like, every day you come in, you'd be so excited to see what she was going to teach us and help us learn. And she was just great. And then over at the middle school, Mr. Sutherland, he was a great influence. He just always made learning fun. Like, you never came in and were thinking, ugh, like, I don't want to do this. But he was always transferring it into something more fun, more engaging for the students. Then the high school, that was an awesome experience as well. I feel like I hit the jackpot truly in every school I went to. But even besides teaching, we have the sports community too, where Coach Schellenberger, who's the gym teacher over at the high school, but he also did volleyball, which I did all growing up through Medina, where he's just such an inspiration, and he was just such a great teacher and leader, which helped inspire me, which what I wanted to do. So
right, yes, just a lot of different mentors, and you're right, it's not always just who are your teachers, but it's all those people that surrounded you during your experience.
yes.
What has surprised you the most so far about being on the other side? We kind of talked about this a little bit, but maybe you can expand on that.
I think actually truly knowing that teachers have lives outside of school where they can go out into the world, they go grocery shopping. Like, it's like, even growing up with a teacher as a mother, I knew that, but just also just actually doing it myself, that I go home and I'm not just truly thinking about, okay, what am I doing tomorrow? Like, they go out, they have friends, they go to lunch and stuff. So it's just kind of crazy to think, like, as when I was a student, that they weren't just coming in and knowing exactly what they were doing. It's okay, it takes a lot of preparation to figure out just what you're doing the next day, nevertheless the whole rest of the week. So it's just kind of a funny twist where I'm like, okay, there's a lot I gotta do, but it's really great, and it's kind of an interesting twist. But
Right. And now, being out in the public, sometimes you run into your kids
yes,
and they look at you like they have no idea who you are.
I haven't ran into anyone yet, but I'm waiting for it, and they're going to catch me off guard. So I'm like, every time I try and look a little more presentable going out instead of wearing like a nice dress, but just waiting for it to be caught.
Yeah, right. Or the hat,
Yes.
the sunglasses, they have no idea who you are.
Yes.
Incognito's not a bad thing. Are there any traditions from your time as a student that you're excited to be a part of again as a staff member?
Definitely huddle and shuttle. I was a huddle and shuttle leader when I was in high school at Medina High, and I was actually a huddle leader during COVID. So I was on the online portion. So now I'm excited to see them actually come into my classroom and be the teacher on the other hand. Because I only went into the classroom for 1 year, and that was my first year doing a huddle. And so I'm kind of excited to see what the teacher end is, because I always remember my teacher just sitting back and like doing work and stuff, but I feel like I have to be like sitting up and point and like watching all my kids and like, you better be on your best behavior now. But all my co-workers here, they're like, all right, do like huddle people, do they print off the worksheets and stuff? And I'm like, I can't remember. I was like, because I was doing it COVID for my majority of the part, so I'm like, I was just online, like, I don't know. So it's kind of interesting to see it flipped back, which I'm really excited to see.
Right. Yeah, that's an awesome program that's available for our elementary students. They do it at the middle school or just?
I think it's just third, fourth, and fifth.
I think it is too.
And the kids are so excited for it. They've been asking me for weeks now, ever since I mentioned, like, oh, our huddle leaders reached out. And so every day it's like, when are they coming?
Yeah, they're excited. I think they were here today, right?
Yeah, they're here today. And third grade today actually had a fire safety drill where they brought the fire truck where they get to do like a safety run through. So ours is tomorrow, so they're very excited.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yes.
So have you had a moment already this year that made you especially proud and excited to be a Medina Bee?
I think just walking around, we have recess duty here. So every time I go out for recess duty, it's just the amount of kids that just want to come up and just talk to me. And I'm like, oh, you want to talk to me outside the classroom? So it's kind of fun. And then you get to see like, oh, they actually like this, they like that. So they start to talk to you outside of like the classroom walls, where now they want to have a little bit more fun with you and they want to chat with you. And I think also just the strong relationships we build with the Medina community, just the staff as well, where the kids, I have lunch with the kids almost every single day. The kids get to pick and choose and part of like their reward system, and they want to have lunch with me. And I'm like, really? I was like, you like me on that level? Like, it's a great, like, surreal feeling where I'm like, okay, I think I'm doing a good job, and they want to hang out with me on their free time. So
right,
it's really great.
Yeah, and it just makes you feel like you're contributing to their success.
Yes, where they want me to help them.
Right. Yep. Instead of running the other way.
Yes.
Yeah. So what advice would you give to other alumni who might be thinking about coming back to work at Medina City Schools?
I think absolutely do it. It's just such a great flip side where the teachers now know you, and you're working with now somebody who was your teacher, who now your coworker. So it's getting that different sides of the relationships where at first you only knew them on a personal level. Now you're growing with them on a professional level, and now you're with the personal side. And it's great seeing how it's kind of flipped, where they are maybe a stricter more, but now they're this fun-loving mentor who wants to help you at all. But it's just Medina has such a great community, and they teach teachers with such respect that I wouldn't imagine doing anywhere else. But it truly has been such a great experience so far.
Yeah, so what does it feel like to just kind of be in that situation where you're now working with someone who was your teacher?
It was very awkward at first because I was used to calling everybody Mr. So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so. So now I walk through the halls, which now it's not as awkward now that school started. But in staff meetings and like setting up the classroom, I was meeting everybody who I maybe haven't met when I was here beforehand. And it was kind of, I was like, oh, hi, like Mr. Brinker. And then I was like, oh, like I had like, I mean, you're now your colleague. Like now I should probably be calling you by your first name and like when we talk and such. So it was kind of awkward at first, but now I'm like getting into the jinx of things.
The groove,
so,
the
yeah,
groove of all that. Yeah, and I would think that would be a little uncomfortable at first.
It was, and especially the convocation we had for all the teachers on the first day when we started working. We went to the high school, and I was just seeing like all my old teachers from like the high school and the from Blake as well, and I was like, oh my, like I felt like almost like a fan where I was like, oh my God, like hi, I'm back, and like, but it's just very cool, and they're all such amazing people that they welcomed me in, and it's just an amazing thing that most teachers don't experience. They don't go back to people who they had as teachers, and
right
now I get to work with them and take what they've taught me and what they're teaching now. So
yeah, and there has to be some comfort level.
I do. I feel very comfortable, and I knew a lot of the staff beforehand getting this job, so now they've just been so helpful.
Yeah.
With just giving me all the guiding hands in here, because you definitely need it. So
You do need it. Yep. Walk in and you think, oh, this is going to be not so bad.
yeah.
And then it's a lot. It's learning something new at all.
It is. I learn something new every day, and sometimes the kids ask me questions, and I'm like, that is a great question. Like, we're going to figure it out together, because I have no idea. So it's something where, and then they're shocked sometimes where I say something, and they're like, how do you know that? And I'm like, well, I'm almost on the same page as you guys in a sense.
Right. Yeah. Maybe a few more years of wisdom, right?
Yes, just a couple more.
So looking ahead, what excites you most about being part of the district's future?
I just think how we're growing as a community. We're having all of these events and just seeing how the kids grow from each year, and then being able to, like the kindergarten walk going each year, and then being able to see some of my future students that are in there and just seeing all their faces, and like just the things we do with like football, where my kids are now doing football, but then being able to see them grow and going to their future games, just seeing how such a tight-knit community we are and how supportive we are, but just very excited to see all those growths throughout our city.
Yeah, and even the way that children are educated these days it's different than.
It is. It's a lot more technology use, where now we're using Chromebooks more than we are using paper, and then we try and get them to use paper, and it's kind of almost a resistance, but trying to figure out how to teach successfully on Chromebooks as well, and having them use it, and even just typing, where typing's a struggle, but seeing how that can grow in the future of them being, maybe it is fully Chromebook online school, no more paper, but
Yeah.
just very excited to see what it turns out to be.
Right. Yeah. Just the our whole portrait of a bee and the deeper learning, hands-on projects and.
Yes, we've been very focused on what we are doing this year, and I'm very excited for it. We've been doing a lot of more deeper learning, thinking about how we can choose, because we focus on the city of Medina as our deeper learning project in third grade, and just seeing how we can kind of tweak it and bring it more hands-on, and how we can make it deeper and for the students. So
Right. Yeah.
I'm very excited for that.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things coming up, and as we move through the years, and right now I'm sure you're hopefully going to be involved in our strategic planning process. So
I hope so.
yeah. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a lot of really great things coming down the line.
I agree. I think now, this era we're at right now, I think we're only can go up. It's only getting better each and every year. So I'm very excited to now be a part of that and then grow along with it as well.
Yeah. Well, thank you for taking time to kind of reflect on being a Medina Bee, not only as a graduate, but also now as a staff member.
Yes, thank you. It's such a great honor, and I cannot be more excited to have this. So it was a pleasure.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm here with Andy Miller. He is a teacher at Root Middle School and also an alumni of Medina City Schools. So I'm going to let him take a moment and just introduce himself.
Hello, I'm Andy Miller. I'm an alumni of Medina City Schools. I graduated from Medina High School in 2020, and then I'm now a Kent State alumni. I went there for integrated social studies education, and now I found myself back here teaching psychology in middle school 101 here at Root Middle School. So,
That's awesome. Yeah. So since you're an alumni, what inspired you to come back and join the district as a staff member?
Well, I never could imagine I'd be back. I went to school to become a teacher. I really loved social studies, especially in high school, late middle school, high school. It was the one class where I was like, oh my gosh, I could actually go out, and I feel like this is info I could use just on my day-to-day life as a civilian, and not just for if I wanted to go be an engineer or in for math or whatever. If I want to be a writer in language arts, I thought that was a lot more useful, quote unquote. Not to rat on the other subjects, they're great, but I just found an interest in them, and I thought the teaching social studies I thought I could have an impact with that. So that's what I went to school for, and as I got out of school, I was looking for jobs, and I was a substitute for a long time, or what felt like a long time. Not really, but
right.
I managed to catch word of a long-term subbing position here at the building in fall of 24. So I took that up, and then once that was over, I stuck around as a building substitute because I made it clear that I loved it and wanted to stick around this building in particular.
Uh-huh.
And then I filled in for Regis McGinty, who I'm now in his classroom after he had retired. So
that in and of itself has to be kind of strange.
I felt as if I've stumbled into it. And like I said, I never would have imagined if I told myself 2 years ago that this is what I'd be doing, I'd be like, get out.
Right.
There's no way, right? But here we are. It's awesome. I feel blessed and very lucky to be back here. So.
Right. Yeah. Not everybody has that opportunity.
Yeah.
So since you were a student here, what does it feel like now to kind of walk the halls as a staff member, knowing that you once walked them as a student?
Super strange. It was very strange at first, especially when I started long-term subbing. I'm still a pretty young person, so people walk around the halls and look at me like, is that an 8th grader? And I'm like, no, not at all. Like, stop thinking that.
Right?
Yeah. It was super strange at first. This room that we're in right now is where my locker used to be, which is it blows my mind. This is where the 6th grade locker bay was. If you can picture a route in your head, guys, this is where we're at. We're in where the lockers used to be.
Yeah.
That's really strange. I think every morning I'm just walking into the room where my locker used to be, which is so strange. And it was even stranger for the teachers when I came back to sub. They're like, wait, didn't we just have you like 10, 12 years ago? Why are you back?
Yeah.
And it's very strange to call my old teachers by their first name. That is very, very weird to me still.
Yeah.
Like, it's not Mr. Sutherland, it's Dan.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan, what's going on? It feels so weird. Super wrong. But
super wrong. I know.
Yeah.
I talked to Grace Mocklick, who's over at Canevin, and she actually made the same comment.
Really?
That, yeah, it's just kind of very strange, and you almost feel disrespectful calling them by
It's
their
a weird
first name.
adjustment. Like, I'm sure it wouldn't be weird if I was at any other school. Like, these would just feel like my coworkers, but it's weird to think that when they weren't that at one point. They were my teachers, right?
They were your teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So were there any teachers or staff from your school days who made a lasting impact on you or influenced your career path?
Yeah. All my social studies teachers, obviously, the ones in middle school and high school especially, I started to get really, really into it with government and economics. Like, those two things together really fascinated me. I really liked to understand how the world worked in that way. So those teachers at the time would have been, Mr. Sutherland, not Mr. Sutherland, Mr. Spelling at the time, Simon Spelling, and Mr. Haramis, I believe, at the time. And then here, obviously, the Sutherlands were awesome. All my 7th grade teachers were great. All my math teachers in middle school taught me that nothing is earned and that math is hard. And it was the one thing I struggled with. But I don't know. I go back and thank all my math teachers now that are in the building. Like, thanks for making me the worker that I am, because those were tough for me.
Yeah.
And then my professors in college, they really opened my eyes to a lot of the teaching field and taught me a lot of things that I still use to this day. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Do you have Mr. Steyer at all for math?
I didn't. I had Sue Scalia, who is now my resident educator. She's still my teacher at this point. So
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? As we say here, learning is lifelong.
It is.
So
yeah.
you're always going to be learning something. Yeah. Mr. Steyer always used to say that math is groovy.
Math is groovy.
Math is
Yeah.
groovy. Depends on how you want to look at it, right?
Yeah, groovy.
Groovy. So what surprised you the most so far about being on the other side? How,
Being a teacher looking back down at the students, it's strange because I see a lot of myself in them. Like I'll see boys, laughing about something in the corner, and I'm like, that was me, and like this is me shutting it down now.
Right.
Which is, it just feels I've become the very thing I sought to destroy, or whatever. But classroom management and seeing myself in the students, like getting just swallowing that pill of having to tell them, now's not the time for that.
Right.
I'm trying to get something done here. We're trying to learn something together as a group, and you're distracting this group of people. So, just that, and overall attention span, like trying to keep them engaged, and just how much they like to be in front of a screen.
yeah.
They will try to get in front of a screen no matter what. And
Yeah.
now, like as a pushing 24-year-old, I now see why adults are like, these kids got to get off the screens.
Yeah.
I see that now,
Yeah.
heavily. Yeah.
It's a whole
So-
different perspective for sure.
Totally, yeah.
So, are there any traditions from your time as a student that you're excited to be a part of again as a staff member?
I like Jeans Friday, even though that's not a student thing. Students can wear sweatpants every day, but being able to wear jeans on a Friday is pretty nice as a staff member.
Uh-huh.
Summers and weekends are the big ones. Like summers, you really soak those in more,
Yeah.
and weekends, you really soak them in more. I feel like I took them for granted as a kid, and now it feels like you get them so rarely.
Thinking back on when you were in high school, are there any of the traditions that, as a staff member, you might look forward to enjoying, kind of on a district-wide level?
Homecoming. Here at Root, there's the Halloween dance.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I look forward to being a chaperone or a volunteer for that. I really like to see the other side of it because it was really fun as a middle schooler. Like the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade Halloween dance that Rocco Russo puts on
Yeah.
is awesome. Like with the haunted house and the music and everybody's costumes is super fun.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see the other end of that. I guess we're recording this in late September, so it'll be like a month from now.
Right.
But I'm really excited for that. That's the one really big thing that I'm looking forward to recently.
Right, and
Yeah.
you just kind of have, now you have the staff perspective.
Yeah,
because-
now I can look at it from the outside and see how much fun it is for them. So,
Right.
Yeah.
And, just being that adult person, too, in the room now
Yeah.
instead of the student is
Yeah.
probably going to be kind of strange a little bit. But yeah, for
For
sure.
sure, yeah.
Have you had a moment already this year that has made you especially proud or excited to be a Medina Bee?
Yeah, for sure. There's been a few. Just generally seeing the impact that you can have on their day-to-day lives, like seeing their learning day by day, seeing these little skills grow. Like especially in this class, Middle School 101 that I teach, we teach effective communication and time management. Right now we're in goals and careers, which they're getting really interested in because they're like, oh, how much if I do this, how much money can I make, and how much am I going to work every week? So they're really into that. But teaching them to talk face to face and manage their time so that they can have time to do the things that they want to do is super super fun to do.
Yeah.
Because they realize, oh, wait, I'm wasting so much time doing this when I could be doing this, or little habits they don't notice, like they can't make eye contact very well, which is tough. It was really I was not a good eye contactor until I was after high school, so I was not good at it.
Yeah.
So I completely understand where they come from, but it's fun to teach them those things that I wish I had been better at their age. So,
Right, or even had that opportunity to learn at this age.
yeah, I feel like eye contact wasn't really pressed or like emphasized enough when I was young, so
Yeah.
it's good to know those things. Yeah.
Right, and you talk about screen time.
Yeah.
That's where their
It is,
that's where
yeah,
their eyes
because
are.
their necks tend to drift downwards at the screen and not up at somebody's eyes. So.
Right. Yeah. Yep. What advice would you give to other alumni who might be thinking about coming back to work at Medina City Schools?
There's a lot you could do, but the baseline that I would do is just to show up every day, be there every day if you can. Always make your face known, become a familiar face. Always be interested. Always ask questions. If you're a substitute, leave detailed notes and sign your name. Always always ask questions, not just for the teachers that are around your area, but administrators and the secretaries. Talk with the secretaries at least every morning. I'd say every morning. Don't miss that. And if and when you get the job, you will not want to be anywhere else. It is truly like a special place to be. Like I said, I feel very lucky to be here. It's an amazing district. Every staff member is somebody you want to be friends with. Every student makes you want to come back the next day. So.
Right. Yeah. It really is a special place. And part of this podcast is, I'm talking to veteran teachers who've been here for a very, very long time, and just their perspective and kind of what has kept them here too. So looking ahead, what excites you most about being part of the district's future? So as you probably know, we're going through strategic planning and all those fun things right now. So just kind of looking to build on what we're already doing, but what makes you excited about the district's future?
The district's future, personally, from my perspective, I like to see the students grow as learners from the classroom level. I want to become a better educator. I want to learn from my daily mistakes so that one day when I'm a veteran teacher, I can feel like I've grown a lot. There's every day in here I feel like, that was stupid. Why did I do that? I can fix that for the next class. I will fix that for the next class. And thankfully in here I get a lot of chances to do that over, which is nice. As for the district's future, I'm excited to see the district grow. It's already a huge, blossomed, supportive community. I'm excited to see it become a bigger version of that. In this middle school 101 class there's so many different opportunities for that. For effective communication, I had spitballed some ideas of like meeting somebody for the first time practice, like, just randomly pairing up with somebody that you've never talked to before. You might have, you might not have, but that's okay because you'll be rotating. And just like the proper way to introduce yourself and do it in a respectful way. And then interview practice. Like one day you're going to have to sit down like I am right now and talk to somebody face to face and not say or like or stutter.
It's hard to do.
It is very, very hard to do, as I've learned. So getting them that practice is going to be really fulfilling. And you learn a lot from them watching them talk to each other and how they interact and how they non-verbally interact too, like the looks they'll give each other or just the actions that they have is really interesting to see. So
yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah. So, certainly you are teaching them real world experiences, specifically in this classroom. So they're important things as they go out into the world. And, sometimes students will go to college and sometimes they'll just go into the workforce or the military. So it's really a choice. And it's great that here at Medina City Schools, we have that opportunity to give them that choice.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool. Well, welcome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I hope you have a great school year.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing you around.
You too. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thanks, Andy. As we continue our journey, we're here to listen to a few of our elementary students from Waite Elementary. And so this morning, I have two students with me, and they're going to introduce themselves.
My name is Sawyer Matthews. Do I say my last name?
Sure.
Matthews.
What grade are you in, Sawyer?
Third.
Okay. And we have?
Hello, my name is Abigail Niehaus, and I'm in third grade.
Nice. Okay, so we're a little over a month into the school year. So how's it been going so far?
It's been good.
It's been pretty great.
What's been great about it?
Just like seeing my teachers' faces and my friends.
Is it kind of fun to come back and see all your friends?
Yes.
Do you get to see them over the summer at all?
Not really.
No?
Mm-mm.
No. Sorry, what about you?
I forgot what I was going to say. Hold on. It's been really good because I get to put a smile on all my friends' faces.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So when you started school this year, last year you guys were in second grade, and now this year you're in third. What are some of the new or different things that you've noticed about this school year?
I became better at multiplication.
Nice. Sawyer, what about you?
I noticed that there's a ton of new people in my class, and I made a ton of new friends.
That's great. That's great. So in life, we like to have goals or things that we look forward to accomplishing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what is something that you want to get better at this year?
Subtraction.
Subtraction. So let me understand. Multiplication, you got it. Subtraction is next.
Yeah.
That's a great goal. Great goal. Sawyer, what about you?
I'm trying to get better at division and times.
Okay, so multiplication. So reading. Do you guys like reading?
I do, kind of.
No.
You do kind of.
No.
So maybe it's a goal too to maybe read a little bit more. No.
I like reading, but like, it's like not my thing.
Not your thing. So, thinking about your goals, right? You guys want to work on your math. How will you try your best to reach that goal? So, what are you going to do to help yourself reach that goal?
To listen to my teacher.
To try my best and be a hard worker.
And what about practice? Practice, right?
Yeah.
Math is one of those things that you have to practice.
We didn't have anything to like study on, so like, except our homework.
Homework?
I don't like it.
Well,
I don't really like homework either.
no. So, what at school helps you do your best?
My teacher and my best friend. They help me focus.
Your friends help you focus? Oh, those are good friends.
My teacher, because she teaches me math, and also the gym teacher because he helps me learn really fun games and help me be happy, and also the music teacher because I probably wouldn't know how to play the drums if I didn't have music.
Oh, do you like the drums?
I have a drum in my house.
Oh, boy.
My dad's a
up on-
drummer.
It's up on my shelf, and my mom and dad, they hate me when I use it.
Oh. Are you in the basement, though?
I'm on the top floor.
Oh, okay.
Well, except for the attic. If the attic
They don't really
exists.
care if I use the drums because like, I don't really know. But sorry, we're not staying on topic. Continue.
I have two pianos.
That's okay. This is all
I
about.
have two pianos. One of them is the ones that just make sound by pressing it,
Same.
and the other one is the one that you plug in.
Oh, electric
same.
piano?
And the one that you just press, I didn't have to use a single dollar because when we bought the house, they were just like, "That's too much effort, and your son plays piano. Just take it. We don't want it.
Oh.
It's boring. Take it. Take it. Take it."
That's the best. So
I got it for free, and it probably would cost like $100.
probably.
Oh gosh.
So when you're at school and you're super excited for the day, what class or activity do you look forward to the most?
Art and multiplication.
I look forward to math because it helps me learn.
Right? And that's one of your goals, to become better at math, right?
I put a thumbs up because this is going on YouTube and you cannot see what I'm doing, but I'm putting a thumbs up.
A thumbs up. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. Are there any fun events or activities that you can't wait to do this year? So as a third grader, what special things do you get to do?
I think we still have, I don't know, but I think we still have the Halloween party. I think.
I'm also excited for the Halloween party, the Christmas party, because those are always fun, and the last day of school party. Those are the best.
The best.
So when it comes to being in your classroom, though, like hands-on learning, what kind of fun things do you do in your class?
Indoor recess. Because like, my favorite thing to do, we don't have any paper, but like, I hope we can like, when it's indoor recess, I hope we can like draw on paper if we bring any. Because I like drawing.
You like drawing?
Yeah.
Awesome. But in your class, what kind of fun activities do you do that help you learn?
Workplaces, and I don't really like this like app on our Chromebooks, but it's called Extra Math, but it helps us learn.
That's why you're so good at multiplication. What about you, Sawyer? What kind of What kind of things are you doing in your class that help you learn?
Something that helps me learn in my class is my teacher, and something I like to do in the class is something on computer. It also extra math, but I don't like it. But something that I like on that we do sometimes is it's called Blookit. Mr. Matt, you probably know what Blookit is.
Yeah.
It's fun. I play it at home too.
Mr. Maddie, the principal of Wade Elementary, is here visiting with us too. So, when you look ahead at the rest of your school year, what is something that you're really looking forward to besides recess? And
You took my answer.
you got to look forward to something else during the school year.
I want to learn division because all my family say like I'm dumb, but I'm only in 3rd grade. I'm the youngest.
Oh,
I'm also the youngest.
you're also the youngest. Yeah,
And I forgot what the question was. Can you say it again?
I can say it again.
Okay.
So, thinking about the rest of the school year, what are some of the things that you're looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to putting a smile on all my friends' faces and getting better at multiplication, aka times, and that was not satisfying how you just breathed in the mic.
Sorry.
Okay, but I forgot what I was gonna say. God no. AKA division and times, AKA multiplication.
Uh-huh.
I think that's what I said. I don't know.
That is what you said?
Okay, good. I have bad memory.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a really easy question.
Ooh, easy, yay.
Are you ready? If you could use one word to describe how you hope this school year will be, what word would you choose?
Can you go first, Abigail? I need to think.
Great.
Great?
Great.
Why do you say great?
Because I like my teacher and I want to make like really good friends in my class. But it hasn't been working out lately.
Well, it'll all happen.
Yeah.
All right, Sawyer, one word.
One word, fantastic.
Fantastic. And why did you pick fantastic?
I picked fantastic because I want the school year to be good.
Yeah.
And if I could pick other words, these were the words I would pick. Funny, because funny stuff is always funny, and it's funny, and it's just funny things. So I like funny things. And good, because good is good.
Good is good.
Good is very good, because good is good, because good is very, very, very good.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you all for joining us today and sharing your stories. To our listeners, thank you for joining us for today's discussion. We'll see you next time with more stories, updates, and conversations. Until then, stay curious and stay connected. This is The Hive. Be in the know, stories about Medina City Schools.